So Ryan, with the football suspended, it's obviously been a bit of a strange time for everyone. And how have you had to adapt your sessions for the girls?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a mad season. So with what is it, second lockdown out of football. So I think the November lockdown I gave everyone like a couple of weeks break, and then when we knew a date that we were going to restart again, we just started doing one-to-ones with each other, with myself and some of the players that have a little bit of flexibility from work that can come into Champion Hill. Also the ones that live a little bit closer. This one's been a little bit different because I suppose from just after Christmas we had no return to date, so we didn't really engage much for about a month, just to let everyone deal with work situations and prospect of no football at all. And then I think beginning of February we started doing more Zoom meetings. We had like a match analysis session, which I led. Britt led like a yoga session. This week we've got Sass. She's preparing a fish curry, so she's gonna do like all the she's told us the ingredients and she's gonna do the method and the preparation, which should be good fun. And then the last couple of weeks we've just done one-to-ones with the players again. So again, at first we didn't really know whether the season was going to be starting again. So one element was I wanted to do that to see if the season was going to be null and void, just to give them another little blowout and just another one for me to get to see them face to face. And again, now that we've had a prospect of the season starting again, the one-to-ones are a little bit more prevalent, which has been quite good. So hopefully we'll be able to continue to do so.
And how are those one-on-ones going? What have you been focusing on?
So a lot of the first session, so some have done up to 3 or 4, a couple are just doing 1, so it depends. So the first session is pretty generic for all of them. Outside of COVID and lockdowns are always pretty good at their fitness anyway, in terms of maintaining their aerobic fitness with 5Ks, 10Ks, and some of them a little bit further. So this one's just more around like football movements and football fitnesses, so like jumping, change of directions, like quick feet and ladder work, and then just involving them touching the football again with a little bit more specific movements. And then the second session is usually a little bit more specific to their position they're playing in.
How do you think the players are responding to it? Do you think they're enjoying the kind of one-on-one attention?
I think so. I think like from a social part, it's pretty good because it allows me to create better relationship with them. Although I've been here just over a year, it's always good to find out little things that they're going through. It's a little bit more personal as well. Like I try my best to message and maybe speak to the odd person, but everyone's so busy, especially within this level of women's game. Everyone works and it's got their own personal life going on as well. So it's good. I think some of them are a little bit shocked, no matter how fit they've been doing, cycling, running and whatnot. Coming to play football is just like completely different. But no one's moaned yet anyway, so I don't know what's going on in the group chat behind my back, but hopefully it's just smiles.
So this is now the second time that the season's been halted since you've been here. How are you feeling as the coach?
I mean, I feel like last season was for a variety of reasons, really difficult in terms of like, me coming in late, like with Farouk passing, and the key relationships that they have is massive. So it's always difficult for me coming in anyway, and with the players in the squad, like dealing with that. And I kind of felt like towards just after Christmas, we started to click a little bit. With some really good performances, individual and from team collective as well. And again, this season, I kind of feel like we've learned to maybe if we're not playing as well, to win games or to grind out certain situations. So I think game management has improved massively, which is one of the areas we all agreed at the beginning of the season we want to try to improve upon.
Towards the end of the last year, we were having some huge attendances at Champion Hill. What did that feel like for you and the girls? I mean,
yeah, it's amazing. For me, I wasn't really expecting to be involved as much, like coming into Dulwich. So, like for me to be involved now is a massive honour. It's something that for me personally is really good. I know from the players' point of view, it's a massive advantage for us. I think the Dartford game here, as soon as Havana scored to make it 2-1, I've felt like the energy within the crowd helped us and the players absorbed it and it helped with our performance. After that, I think maybe a little bit before, the players hadn't dealt with playing in front of 200-300 people. It can only be a positive step going forward for Dulwich and for women's football going forward as well. Getting 500-600 people here is unbelievable.
Yeah, I think you and the team do a lot to kind of build that, foster that relationship with the crowd, and yeah, it's really really nice to see. So yeah, Champion Hill can become like a real home advantage for the team.
I think so, yeah. So when we played Leighton Orient here, that's what their manager said. He was like, "You've got 500 people here that want you to win, and don't want us to win." And like we felt that, and the players felt it. Unfortunately, we could get a result then, but I couldn't agree more with what you just said in terms of the players they're such nice people that you see some like girls, young girls, young boys hanging around the gates all shy, but the girls are the first ones there to go and say hello and high five and ask their names. It's important. Even like role modelling, and it's really good to see the next generation come. And it's not just little girls and teenage girls that come. It's like the boys as well, seeing it as well, and seeing their sisters happy that women are playing football.
And finally, just sort of wrapping up, like how are you and the players keeping focused? Obviously, we don't quite know when football might come back competitively, but you're keeping them on their toes.
So I think as soon as we have a confirmation of our start date, then they'll be a little bit more structured to their week. I think I said earlier on, they're pretty good with their Strava groups and their S&C plan that we sent out. So again, it'll probably be a little bit more structured. Again, the one-to-ones will continue, hopefully. It'll just be making sure that they ramp up their fitness, so it wouldn't just be massive long runs. It would have to be like interval training, making sure that they're twisting and turning. I think the hardest part, which we won't be able to replicate, will just be the body contact in terms of when they come to train and when they come to play.
And when the season was suspended, Dulwich at top, are we going to stay there?
It's a difficult one. I like to think so. That's definitely our target. We've definitely got the squad to do so, but other clubs have strengthened, and I think other clubs will continue to strengthen as well. It'll be difficult, but I think we could definitely do it. It's just maintaining everyone's focus. Hopefully, if we're in a good position with the last two games, be there or thereabouts. Hopefully, that'll be our target anyway.